Dear students, today I will teach you a chapter, The Portrait of a Lady by Khushbant Singh. First about the writer. Khushbant Singh was an Indian English writer. He was born in 1915. He was a great novelist and a short story writer. His novel Train to Pakistan became very famous. It was made into a film in 1998. He died on 20th March 2014. Now about the chapter, The Portrait of a Lady. It is an autobiography of Khushbant Singh. It has an autobiographical element because it describes his grandmother, his relationship with her, and he describes his grandmother as a very religious and kind lady. In this text, we will learn about many words and phrases and how to narrate an incident, a person through the text. It will be useful for you in the writing section also. Now keep your text in front of you. I will go line by line. Though I will not read the lines here, but I will explain each and every point. Okay? Therefore, whenever you think that you should go through the text, you can stop the video and first read the text and then understand what I am going to explain in this video. Starting the chapter, the writer says that his grandmother was like everybody's grandmother. She was an old woman. Generally, grandmothers are considered to be an old woman. So, like everybody's grandmother, the writer also says that his grandmother was an old woman. The writer saw his grandmother old and wrinkled. She had been old and wrinkled for 20 years, which clearly shows that the writer was 20 years old. And for last 20 years, he had seen his grandmother only old and wrinkled. Therefore, he knows his grandmother in the same state. She had been at the same state for last 20 years that I had known her. Who is I here? The writer, Khushbant Singh. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband, but that was hard to believe. A question is asked on this text that when he was told by the people that she was young and pretty, once she had been young and pretty, and she had a husband also, the writer finds it difficult to believe. He believes that it was not possible because he had seen his grandmother very old. Now the writer describes his grandfather also. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. His grandfather's portrait was hung there above the mantelpiece. What is mantelpiece? It is a shelf above a fireplace in the drawing room. Now he tells about his appearance in the portrait. He wore a big turban and loose-fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. This is the way to describe a person. First we talk about the physical appearance. He tells that his grandfather used to wear big turban and loose-fitting clothes. He had a long beard which covered most of the part of his chest, and he looked very old. Looked at least 100 years old, means he looked very old. 100 years old man is very old man. And he did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. Dear children, while reading the text, you should understand, you should pay attention to these sentences used here. Who would have a wife or children means, looking at the grandfather, it was very hard to believe that he had wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. Generally, the old people seem to have only grandchildren. As for my grandmother, being young and pretty, now he shifts his attention from his grandfather towards the grandmother again. As for my grandmother, being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. So when he could not digest this idea, or this that his grandmother had once been young and pretty, he opposed to this. He was not ready to believe it. The thought was almost revolting, means he was not ready to accept it. It seemed very disgusting because he had seen his grandmother very, very old and wrinkled, and he could not believe that she had ever been young and pretty. The meaning revolting here, disgusting, opposite to the thinking, and seemed means appeared, it looked, and quite is enough. That seemed quite absurd and undignified. Quite absurd. Absurd means ridiculous, which doesn't look good. That seemed quite absurd and undignified, disgraceful, dignified, graceful, undignified, disgraceful on her part, and we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. And whenever she told about herself, the writer and his friends, whenever she told about the games he used to play, the writer and his friends took her words as if she was talking about some fairy tales, fables of the prophets. Prophets are the messengers of God, means she was telling something imaginary to them, and they did not believe on her. In this chapter, narrator is who is the narrator in this chapter? The writer Khushbant Singh is the narrator. He himself describes his grandmother. He told about his grandfather also, but his main focus is to talk about his grandmother and his relationship with her. Coming to the second paragraph, she had always been short and fat. Now he is talking about her physical feature. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent, means she was not tall, she was fat also, and slightly bent. Like old people, they bend in their because of the effect of the age. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere, means her face was full of wrinkles like old people have. No, we were certain she had always been, as we had known her, old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older. Means for writer, she had been very old for last 20 years, and he and his friends believed that she could not grow older now. It would be her last time, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. Yes, the writer explains uh, about being her young and pretty. He wants to tell us that although now she was very old and did not look pretty, young and pretty, and he had never seen her being young and pretty, but she was always beautiful. See, it means we may be physically not looking so beautiful, but our acts, our deeds, our actions may be beautiful. People are not beautiful because of their physical beauty. The people should have their the beauty in their actions also. Some people are kind and religious. These people are also beautiful. Only being physically bright and physically very beautiful is not beautiful. They can be young, they can be pretty, but they can never be beautiful if they are not good in if they are not gentle in their action, if they don't do any act of goodness. Now further, She hovered about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop, and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Now the writer describes, and through these lines we come to know about her religious nature. She hobbled about the house in spotless white. What kind of clothes did she used to wear? She hobbled. Hobbled is the manner of walking. Means she walked like a lame person walks. Spotless, without a spot, pure white. She used to wear white clothes, and she walked about in the house with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stoop, because she was bent, as it is told already. So to balance herself, she used to keep one of her hands on her waist uh, to balance her stoop, and other telling the beads of her rosary, and other hand was always busy in telling means counting the beads of rosary. Generally, the religious people, the people who worship god or goddess, or the saints, you might have seen that they have a rosary in their hand and they count the beads of the rosary, which shows that she was a very religious person. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face. She was very old, so her locks, her hair were scattered untidily over her pale, puckered face, old people face. The face of the old people have pale color, faded color, and they become sometimes bloodless also. And puckered is referred to the wrinkled face. Puckered is referred to the wrinkled face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. So how did she? Uh, it is the manner of worshipping God. Her lips moved constantly, continually. In inaudible prayer means which cannot be listened, but she used to say something. She was chanting something. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. The writer has described her very poetically. It is a sort of poetic prose. He describes his grandmother in a very beautiful manner, in a poetic manner. He tells that she was like the winter landscape. Winter landscape in the winter time when there is snow all around, in the mountains, it an expanse of pure white serenity. There's complete whiteness all around, and it looks pure white. Serenity means peaceful, very peaceful, because in the snow, when there is snow all around, the creatures are also not seen, and the place becomes very peaceful, very it becomes very quiet. So she looked like that, and she is compared to the winter landscape in the mountains. And expanse means spread of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. And white is a symbol of peace and contentment. There means she lived in peace, and as if she was very much satisfied with her life, it seemed, looking at her. So this is how he describes his grandmother as a religious lady. A question comes to in the examination, and when you are asked to describe her as a religious lady, you will have to describe all these features. In this video, I have told you about a physical feature, about the physical feature of the grandfather, physical feature of the grandmother. I want to finish this video here only. And here onwards, I will tell about the relationship of the writer with his grandmother. I will tell all this thing in the next video. I will teach you here onwards in the next video. So thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.